Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, the Conquer Dutch. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, salutations to the elect of Israel, man, woman, and child. Had a few dreams last night, this morning. One of the dreams I want to share with you was a dream of the chariots. It was somewhere. I can never remember. You're always someplace and you don't remember where you are, but it was just a big place. It was big. Just a lot of levels, a lot of stairs, doorways, things like that. Go outside. A lot of people are outside. I go outside and look up, 'cause it's always something I've always been doing since I was a child. I've always been looking up, because scriptures say that, look up for your redemption draws nigh. Matter of fact, let's get that. Oops. Let's get that. Luke 21 and 28. And when these things begin to pass, matter of fact, let's get the beginning of that. Let's make sure we can get all of that. Okay. Luke 21 and 25. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations. We're living in that time right now, but with perplexity, the seas and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing from fear and looking after those things which are coming on the earth. These are the times that we're living in. The powers of heaven shall be shaken, and then shall they see. Well, these are times that we're living in. We are coming into these times. And then 27, and then shall they see the Son of Man, who is Yahweh Shai, in the cloud, in power and glory. All right, in a cloud. All right, we're going to deal with that word cloud. All right, and when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. All right, so that's right, Bertie. Con. And so I looked up in the dream, and there was this mad chariots, Like it was just, they had to, I don't know. There was like 50 of them, I don't know. And what it was that they were kind of doing the type of thing like, you ever seen Doctor Strange, where he does that thing where he puts his hand up and he has the ring on the other hand, he kind of turns his hand and then that ring of fire starts to form. But that's what it looked like it was doing. They were just going in and out, 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 in and out. And there were so many of them. And I was just standing there watching. I was like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Like, not like a Keanu Reeves, like, whoa, dude. Like, no, I was just like, wow, you know what I mean? And, and I didn't feel frightened, and I didn't feel, like I was being left or something. Oh, it was just I was just able to see that. I was allowed to see that, and it was pretty cool, man. I mean, it was very, very cool, and I wanted to get a couple scriptures on the chariots, the cloud. All right, Matthew 26:64, and Yahushua said unto him, Thou hast said, nevertheless I say unto you, hereafter shall ye see the Son of Man, Yahushua himself, sitting on the right hand of power. Who's the power? The Father, Yahweh, and coming in the clouds of heaven. This is when he's coming back to get us. Some people will say, well, hold on, we'll get into the scripture that the so-called Christians use. Matthew 24:30. We all know the book of Matthew 24. is basically a breakdown of one of the chapters of the breakdown of things to come and things to be watching and praying for. All right. Uh, then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man coming from heaven, right? We just read that in 26, right? A chapter after. And then shall all the tribes of earth mourn. What is that? That is all the nations, all our enemies, they shall mourn. For they will, because they're going to be like, oh man, these ends over here, these every name that they have for the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, who are the children of Israel, them, these. Oh my God. And he looks like one of those. Khan, Bernie, Khan. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Once again, the clouds, the chariots. All right. The Lord is slow to anger and great with power. He will not acquit the wicked. This is Nahum 1 and 3. The Yahweh Shemiel Shai is slow to anger and great with power and will not at all acquit the wicked. That's right. We see this wicked every day. Who the wicked? The Job 9 and 24. We see these people every day. All the laws that they're doing right now to destroy us, how all of a sudden they're bringing out a new pestilence. What the scriptures say, there will be pestilences. Read that Matthew 24 again, all of 24. Pestilences, S plural, not possessive, but plural. All right, because Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai possesses them. That's why he's putting them upon the earth. All right, for judgment. Once again, Nahum 1 and 3, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is slow to anger, great in power, and will not acquit the wicked. For the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, have his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. See? And it's like, these are the things that we need to pay attention to, right? I don't know if anyone who's listening to this has seen them. My first experience was seeing one, and I was living in Oakland, California. I was walking with some people, and it was a clear, sorry, Warren G. It was a clear white night, a clear white moon. It was a very, very, it was nighttime, of course, but it was pitch black, no clouds, no nothing, and I just seen this one thing sitting in the sky. I felt like it was looking at me. You know what I mean? I was like, why is that? What is that? And these two dudes are talking. I'm like, what is that? What is that right there? I want to know what that is. And then all of a sudden, it went from a dot to like a stream, and I could hear it. It said, "Bong!" And it didn't say "bong," but it was boom. It was gone. And I was like, yo. Anybody see this, yo? Anybody see this? And these dudes were like, yeah, sure, Nez, yeah, and what did you see, huh? What did you see? They were mocking me. And I was like, yo, like, man, like, you know, man, F you, man. You know what I mean? Like, get out of here with that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure I know what I've seen. And then I promise you, a homeless man came out of the bushes. I mean the bushes, son. Like bushes, like dirt, grass, came out of the bushes and stood. He was a big dude too. Now I'm really thinking about it. He was a big dude, and he was like, I seen it. And I was like, ha, what'd I tell you? And I turned around and the dude was gone. So that was my first experience with the chariot, the cloud of the Lord. And this was at nighttime. So you know what I mean? And then we just need to pay attention to what's going on. 1 Thessalonians 4 and 17. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai in the air. So shall we ever be with the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Now, the Christians will take this 1 Thessalonians 4 and 17, and you know what they'll put on it? They'll put that word on it. The rapture. This is the rapture. You know what I mean? Because like, oh, we're going to get caught up here. And there's thousands of songs about this thing too, right? We're going to get caught up in the air. How are we going to get caught up in the air? All right? We're going to be flying. We're going to be picked up. The church is going to pick us up, and we're going to be up out of here. All right? That's what we're going to be doing because the Lord will be in the air. And let's get that. Let's go to 2 Esdras 13. Second Esdras 13, and we'll start from 3. This is Esdras telling, this is Esdras what Esdras seen. And I beheld, and lo, and look, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. Who are the thousands of heaven? The angels, right? And the chariots. And when he turned his countenance to look, so when Yahushua looked, because he's the right hand, he's on the right hand, all things trembled that were under him. That's the whole earth. That goes back to that Matthew, right? Where he said that the nations will mourn, right? The Matthew 24 and 30. That goes back to that, right? They'll mourn, right? And let's read that again. Okay, this is start at 3 again. I get very excited. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, they all burned that heard his voice. Burned. They were all set on fire. Let's see if we can get some. See if we can get a little. See if we can get some. See if we can go to. See if we can get some. Breakdown definitions. But let's keep going though. All right. Burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. Come on, we know what that fire is. That fire's the missiles, right? And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number, out of the four winds of heaven, to subdue the man that came out of the sea. The angels destroying the beast, right? The beast, the other nations, but starting with Esau, Edom. But I beheld, and lo, he graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, but I could not. That's how big it was. He couldn't see the region. He couldn't see where it came from. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. And lo, as I saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand nor his sword or any instrument of war. So once again, he's just going there to watch all the bodies fall because the hundreds of angels were destroying it. All right, let's see if we can find out. Let's see if we can get some more content on this. Let's see if we can get some content on this because I want to see if we can get some. See if we can get some breakdowns of some of these words. All right, just bear with me. See if we can get the Bible Hub. I know Bible Hub is always a thing, but I can never figure out how to do it yet. Let's see if we can get it. There we go. Nope, that's not it. Not Bible Hub, the blue letter. Slovakia. All right, let's see if we can get this. Boom. I don't know how the girls be doing that. All right, there we go. EZR. So it goes by prefixes, EZR. Okay. All right, look, I don't know. It's not working. It's not working for me. All right, so once again, let's deal with this second Esdras again. Once again, the Yahushua is going to be coming on a mountain that's so big that Esdras didn't know whether it started or where it ended. So once again, and that's something you can see that the devil has put in Independence Day Part 2, because when they come back, they come back with a chariot that's so big, which is bigger than the first one that they came with, that they couldn't know, and it basically covered it covered like part of the earth. So once again, and what happened in the movie? Everyone was able to see it. So the chariots that I seen in the dream or vision, whichever, that it wasn't as big as that, but they were big ones. But there was multiple ones, and they pretty much covered the whole sky, but they kept like disappearing and bouncing in and out, and it was pretty amazing, pretty amazing to see. Now, it's just you know there's just so many instances of the clouds. Like, we went to I think a couple of the a couple of the New Testament, one of the Old Testaments, and another of the Old Testaments. We can make sure that a lot of people want to be, I'm just an Old Testament, I'm just a New Testament. Let's make sure that there's very consistency here, because there's always consistency in the scriptures. All right. Now, let's see if we can get one here. And Job 37:16, dost thou know the balances of the clouds, the wondrous works of him which are perfect in knowledge? So once again, Job is talking about Yahweh himself. So these clouds, these tempests, these are the things that are of the clouds. Now, we all know that the word tempest, let's look up the word tempest here. All right, since I can't get nothing. Let's get definition of the word tempest. A violently windstorm. So once again, we see these tempests. We see the tempest all the time. We see the so-called tornado that's destroying. That is a chariot. All right. Let's see. Let's back this up. All right. Jonah 1:4. But the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, sent out a great wind into the sea, and there was a mighty tempest in the sea, so that the ship was like to be broken. Once again, Yahweh sent a chariot down there to disrupt the sea, to get everyone's attention, for the people on the ship to be like, hey, listen, because if you remember the story of Jonah, the people on the boat, they knew that it was Jonah. It was Jonah that was causing all this. They knew it was the Lord, but they knew it was Jonah's actions that were causing all this. Because once they threw him off the boat, everything got better for them who were on a mission to do what they had to do. Isaiah 28:2. Behold, the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, has sent a mighty and strong one, which was a tempest of hail and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing, casting down the earth with the hand. So once again, in Noah, when the seas rose, we know. I mean, come on, man, that's Yahweh Shai. All right. I mean, there are so many different. Okay, Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visited with the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the host, which we did read earlier. When Edges said those hundreds, that's a host, the Lord of hosts, an army with the host of thunder and with earthquake and with great noise. That goes back to Matthew 24, with storm and tempest, and with the flame of devouring fire. So you see how it's all coinciding together. All right. So this is all the things of some of the things of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, of what these beautiful chariots do, because they are our redemption. They are the vehicles of our redemption. They do come from the Lord himself, and they are going to be tools of picking us up and getting us out of here, and also destroying the heathen, because we already read that in Esdras, right? They're going to mourn when they see them. They're going to be crying. Isaiah 30:30. And the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, shall cause his glorious voice to be heard. Second Esdras again. And shall show the lightning down his arm with the indignation of his anger, and with the flame of a devouring fire, with scattering and tempest and hailstorms. So, so I just want to make sure that we understand what's going on here, because if we don't get it right, we need to understand that this is something bigger than, Slovakia. We understand that this is something bigger than just, people are like, oh, well, I seen it, no, here it is. The heathen has been losing his mind over this. He's losing his mind, having mad meetings, doing all types of stuff to try to figure out what's going on and what are we going to do about this. You can't do nothing about it. All right? The scriptures say what? The enemy's coming down with great wrath because he knows that he has but a short time. He's doing everything he can right now. We got a funky animal. Well, it's one of the Lord's creations, but for some reason Esau's obsessed with this animal, and now they got and now there's another pestilence coming out. You know what I mean? They're going to make everyone try to get another thing. You know what I'm saying? Another pew pew. You know what I mean? So it's like the times are moving very quickly right now. Keep your mind occupied with prophecy. Keep watching and praying. Fast. If you haven't been fasting, shame on you. All right. If you're not reading scriptures, you're not listening to studies, you're not being diligent, shame on you. All right. Because I want to be in one of these chairs to be picked up, not to be obliterated by. All right. I still just can't figure out how to use. I still can't figure out how to get this. It's crazy. Blue Letter Bible. I still can't figure out Blue Letter Bible for anything and everything, but I'll figure it out one of these days. All right. So basically that's all I wanted to cover in regards to the tempest and in regards to my dream and different things like that. But we do need to be more aware of what's going on. Hold on, there's one more thing I wanted to bring out too, because I'm thinking of a scripture in Deuteronomy where a chariot was covering the children of Israel when they were coming out of Egypt. Because I was reading that before and I was like, what? And I was like, yeah, he had a chariot covering them. Let's get that. Let's see if we can find that. Just bear with me, Slovakia. So I wanted to make sure. See if we can find it. All right, yeah, that's a different one too. But Deuteronomy 31:15, and Yahweh Bashim Yahushai appeared in the tabernacle, and a pillar of a cloud with the pillar of the cloud stood over the door of the tabernacle. Once again, the chariots have always been following and have always taken care of us. All right. Let's see if I can find another one here. Because there's, 31:15. We just read that one here. Yeah, but there are, I can't find it right now, but there was a chariot that was following the children of Israel when they were coming out of, when they got away from, when Yahweh Shem Yahushai delivered our ancestors from Pharaoh. So yeah, the chariots have always been protecting us. They've always watched over us. They've always been there for us. We just got to make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing so we can be the partakers of the goodness of it and not be a victim of the indignation. All right. Hopefully this lesson was edifying. I want to give all glory and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Once again, these are the chariots of the Lord of hosts, Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, our strength, our Father. Through Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, through Yahushai, we have access to the Father. So once again, do your best to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and don't put off the day to day. Shalom.